Howdy. My name's Randy Weber. I'm a candidate for Congress as well. I agree with the speaker before the last one that there's some really good choices in this race. Well, I want you to ignore all them and vote for me. I born and raised on the Gulf Coast over in Brazoria County. I'm married to the prettiest gal this side of the Atlantic, Brenda Weber, stand up 35 years last November the 6th. She actually grew up in a little town over here called Nederland. I tell people that. I said, Brenda was born and raised in Nederland. They said, she's a bulldog. I said, man, is she? And she teaches school, 4th grade. I'm not an attorney, and I'm not a politician either. I happen to be a state rep where we are called citizen legislators. I represent the top half of Brazoria County, have for 2 terms. Brenda and I have not only been married 35 years, we have 3 kids, 4 grandkids. I have life experience. I have a company called Weber's Air Conditioning and Heating. I'm an air conditioning contractor. How cool is that? And I started it from scratch in 1981, 30 years ago. I built it the old-fashioned way, the hard way. We both have a degree from the University of Houston at Clear Lake. I went back to school at night, took refrigeration courses, got a degree in air conditioning, hung out my shingle. Yesterday I couldn't spell AC. Today I'm in that business. Okay? I know what hard work is. My very first term in your Texas state legislature, out of 150 state reps, I got the #1 conservative rating out of 150 state reps. I know what hard work is. We know in the Texas legislature what it takes to be friendly to business, to get the job done. We cut the budget $27 billion with the B dollars last session. Ladies and gentlemen, it was hard. We fought a lot of battles on the floor of the House of Representatives. You'd be so proud of your Texas House of Reps. The second day we were in session, we cut our own living allowance and office budget 14%. We knew that we couldn't tell Texans they had to do with less if we weren't willing to lead the way. How many of y'all would like to get Congress to cut 14%? Would y'all like to do that? You bet. You betcha. It's time to cut up their credit card. I was on the Environmental Reg Committee my very first term. I'm on the Energy Council. I understand energy needs. We understand Texas business, having grown up on the Gulf Coast with this new district being 3 counties with 5 ports, all kinds of petrochemical complex industry in it. This is going to be an important area to this United States. Texas is an economic engine for this country. Our economy is so big that if we were a country, we would be like the 9th largest country in the world, depending upon whose math you use. Our world will be safe if America is strong. America will be strong if Texas is strong. Is it important? You bet it's important. Is this Congressional District 14 important to Texas? You bet it is. It's going to be a major player in that output. Chamber wanted us to talk about 3 things. XL Pipeline. How many of y'all were at the Port Arthur hearing on the XL Pipeline? Was it 4 months ago? How many of y'all? I was there. I was the very first speaker to stand up. I got up and introduced me as the Texas State Representative. I said, I'm Randy Weber. I took the mic. I said, let me tell you 3 things about the XL Pipeline. Get it here, get it now, and I'm in favor of it. It's a boon to our economy. If you've read Ray Perryman has done a study, the Perryman Group, on the XL Pipeline. It is incredible. As I have moved throughout the district and talked to people, they're making all kinds of arguments, those againers. Y'all have heard the againers, right? You know about the NIMBY syndrome, not in my backyard. Well, these are the NOPE people, N-O-P-E, not on planet Earth. Okay? They just don't want a pipeline. It's safe, it's efficient, it gets us jobs down here. The discussion is 2,000 or 20,000 jobs. I said, who cares? It's 2,000 jobs. Let's get that pipeline here. We fought those battles on the floor of the House being industry friendly. We get it in Texas. I'll do it for you in Washington. Let me see. Port widening. Oh my gosh. How many of y'all have read the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers report on the widening? Another economic boom. It is incredible. They've done the studies. They've done the FEIS, the final environmental impact study. Louisiana has a question about it, but they're not going to stop. They're going to go forward with it anyway. It's not a big question, but it creates jobs. Look, it's 75% out of every dollar spent comes from the federal government for widening the port versus 25% of local money. Now, where do you get that kind of return? We send too many tax dollars up to DC. It's time for us to get some back. It's an incredible opportunity. It's time to get it widened. When you watch the widening of the Panama Canal and what that's going to do, the Port of Freeport, somebody said earlier, has been looking at it. Yes, they have. They're getting geared up. They figured 2,000 additional trucks a day out of their port. I've been tracking this for about 3 years, long before Ron Paul announced he wasn't going to run for re-election. I'm a worker. I'm a hard worker. I'm not afraid to fight battles, stand up and fight for you. I'm one of us. I've been a precinct chair, election clerk, election judge. Jim, you said this was a Republican. You would have, what's that guy's name from back east? Nick Lampson, and the Republican nominee come back. Well, I didn't know Beaumont Chamber was Republican, but I'm glad to hear that. It's a joke, folks. It's a joke. But I know y'all have us back. I'm Randy Weber. I would love to get your vote. I'm a hard worker. I grew up working for all that I have, and I will work hard for you. I will not forget where I came from. Thank you very much.